Hi there, Dave with Crandall Office, and one of the biggest decisions you're going to have to make when you're choosing and building out your remanufactured chair from Crandall Office Furniture is going to be what fabric you're going to be selecting. So we're going to be taking a closer look at all the different fabrics that we offer. Today we're going to be taking a look at 3D BioKnit. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so let's start with some of the specs on the 3D BioKnit material. Number one being the durability. That's going to be the question that we get asked the most. The 3D BioKnit material is rated at 150,000 double rubs. Just for some reference, to be considered commercial grade, you need 15,000 double rubs. To be considered commercial grade heavy duty, you need 30,000. So we well surpassed that. This should be a fabric that lasts a good long time. Next up is going to be the material it's made out of. It is made out of 100% post-consumer recycled biodegradable polyester. And what that means for you is it's a polyester material. It is a recycled material. It's also biodegradable in the landfill environment. So when this is at the end of its life, even if it is not properly recycled, which we would be doing, that it's still going to biodegrade in that landfill environment. It's kind of an insurance policy. We love the material. But we also love that extra step that goes into that. So beyond that, we've got a WS cleaning coat, so it's water or solvent-based cleaning. And it is obviously a knitted fabric, and we're gonna go over a little bit of the unique characteristics that knitting gives this fabric a little bit later. But know that it's a knitted fabric. It's made right here in the US. The yarn comes from right here in the US. It's knitted in Michigan. We love this manufacturer we work with. They've helped us with all of our BioKnit materials. This one's no different, so right here, keeping it local. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the characteristics of this 3D BioKnit fabric. First, we'll talk a little bit about the softness. So it's got a soft hand feel to it. Due to the 3D nature, it's not gonna be quite as soft as something like the BioKnit Diamond or just normal BioKnit. That 3D texture does have a little bit of drag to it that I would put it a step below those fabrics. Still has a really nice hand feel though. The stretch of the fabric, since it is a knitted fabric, we do have some good four-way stretch. So it's gonna stretch in all directions, which is nice. It really is gonna move with you and not have that stiff sort of feel. It's gonna kind of conform to you. The breathability is where this fabric truly shines. It is, and I'm not sure if we can see it on film here or not, you can really see through this fabric. It is a two-layer design that has some additional thickness knitted into it that gives this fabric by far our best breathability rating, both from pass-through, but also due to that additional thickness, it really creates kind of a spacer layer there that adds breathability. And now, all that to be said, we always like to give the disclaimer that even though this is by far the most breathable fabric, if you're comparing to a mesh chair, it's really, you're comparing apples to oranges. You're still up against a foam pad, which means you're never going to replicate that kind of mesh chair breathability. That said, if you're looking at any kind of fabric, this is going to be the top tier for breathability. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the inspiration and where this kind of came from. This is a proprietary fabric to Crandall Office Furniture. It was heavily inspired by Steelcase's 3D knit fabric that they've had for quite some time. And we introduced this, about 6 or 7 years ago, so it's been a while. And so we've had a really good track record with it. The only change we've made over that time is introducing some new colors and then switching this to that biodegradable fabric yarn, which allowed us to maintain colors throughout all of our entire lineup, but also we love the softness of that yarn and also some of the characteristics, the biodegradability, the bleach cleanable, that kind of thing. So we've got a lot going on there, but really what makes this fabric shine is the uniqueness of it and the three-dimensional nature and the added dimension that this adds to the back of the chair. And we're going to do our best to kind of capture that on film for you. But as you can see, you can see how green this kiwi is on the back. And then when you turn it over, you can just kind of see it doesn't come through quite as bright because you have that additional top layer on top that has that additional thickness. So it really creates a really cool, unique three-dimensional nature. It just changes the look of the chair by a wide margin. It's a really cool thing. You really have to see it in person to get the full effect, but it changes that look of the chair. That's one of the things that we love about this. This is why it's maintained in our lineup for so long, because it really does add something to the chair. All right, so let's talk through a couple other quick things. First and foremost, we're only offering the 3D BioKnit material on the back of the chair. There's a few reasons for that. First and foremost, it tends to collect debris, dust and debris in the horizontal surface just because of its 3D nature. It collects things difficult to clean, so we only allow it for on the back for that reason. The other reason is that it's due to the 3D nature. Again, it's a little bit more prone to snagging, especially when you're sliding in and out of it on a seated surface. So that goes in line with Steelcase's 3D knit material. They only offer that on the back too. So do we. Beyond that, we've got 6 different color choices available. That's going to include a BioKnit seat, which we always choose as the front color between the 2 colors. And so we've got a number of different good options available there. The upcharge for this currently on the website, and this is January of 2025, is $35 if you want to upgrade to this material on your remanufactured chair. All right, so to wrap things up, my personal opinion on this material, I really like this material. I always have. It's one of the reasons it's stayed in our lineup for so long is because it's a really good material. It adds something to the chair. It changes the look of the chair. It changes the feel of the chair. It adds some additional padding as well as breathability. It's a cool fabric. That's one of the reasons that we gravitated towards it in the first place. I don't think you're going to go wrong. I do think if you're going for the softest fabric available, this is probably not going to be it. It does have that kind of hand feel because of the 3D nature. But that said, if you're looking for a breathable fabric that's going to change the look of your chair, this is your go-to. I love it. I always have. We're going to keep it around for a long time. Thanks for taking the time to learn a little bit more about our 3D BioKnit fabric. If you found this video helpful, please click the like and subscribe buttons below. It really helps us out. As always, if you have any questions about this fabric or anything else, you can always reach us at our website, crandalloffice.com, our Facebook page, or anywhere else you can find us. We're always here to help. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. You're in good position. Sorry, I know I moved that. Okay.
You're all good right there. Oh, it's moving. It's swiveling away from. There you go.
Stay. Good dog.